you're ready to roll without telling me, you are ready to roll. Welcome back. Thank you for riding once more with Still Horse. March. It is still the month of March. Everything significant happens to me within the month of March. This is crazy. It has been the past way over a decade. It's pushing like 2 decades almost now, where every significant motion in life has been in the month of March. March 2025 is when I decided to go ahead and go get my CDL. Now, every professional decision that I made since being a teenager has always gone through the advice of my stepmother. If you guys knew who my stepmother was, if you knew her character and just what she was about, you would understand why. Before I made any professional decision, I always sought counsel through her. The very last in-depth conversation that I had with her was, hey, I'm thinking about going to school and getting my CDL. What do you think about that? Do you know anybody that's been through it? Like, what's up? And she spoke to me pretty in depth. She took her time, put what she was doing to the side because she was busy at the moment, and spoke to me about, the different people that she knew that had achieved their CDL and every success story that they had through that achievement. She said, go ahead and do you. Go get it. My father, he was in the background and he was listening. He's like, hey, your cousin so-and-so has it, and your cousin is, going through everybody that he knows that has it. It's like, this is what they were able to achieve with their CDL, gave me their success stories. So that further pushed me to solidify that decision. The very next week, I was in CDL school. 2.5 weeks after that, my stepmom had passed away. She didn't get to see me achieve getting my CDL. She didn't get to see me get my first CDL job. And that's why I take these positions so seriously, and I'm so charismatic about my CDL, because I don't want to take that final conversation that I had and leave it in vain. Even everything I went through with my previous position, I pushed and I pushed and I pushed and I worked hard and I worked hard because I didn't want this to be a failure. After somebody who I've known since childhood, who has been an extreme impression on me, made an extreme impression on my life and my professional careers. I didn't want to let that go to waste. And I'm not going to let it go to waste. Like, whatsoever. And that's also one of the reasons why I started this channel. There's many reasons why I started this channel. But also to just be a word of encouragement and just drop little tidbits here and there of things that people don't think about when it comes to being on the road. Now, one thing that I have to do better while I'm out here is take care of me. All right, I've lost a lot of weight being on the road because I'll just get up and I'll go. I don't worry about eating first. I don't worry about anything. A lot of times you won't see me have a meal until later in the evening, and I get yelled at for that all the time by my family. Like, not even just like my wife, like my mom, my children, my cousins. They all yell at me for not taking the time to add nutrition to my body while I'm doing such a physically demanding job. Another thing that I've noticed as far as taking care of myself that I had let go by the wayside initially, skin care, hair care, all of that, we work with a lot with our hands. So one of the things I started doing, and I'm not using this to push the product, I'm not getting paid to push this product, but my sister-in-law, she actually gifted me with this, her and her husband, God bless them both. So right here, O'Keefe's working hands. So after my shower at the end of the night, I will put these on. I just got out the shower. I wanted to get this video done first. Put this on, and then these white gloves. I'll sleep with the white gloves on, and that helps soak in the moisturizer and keep my hands from being overly blistered. Things like what's here. Also, this, just regular lotion. Making sure my hair is taken care of. One of the things that you will start to see, especially if you produce a lot more oils than the rest, is you may see, because you're going to be out here sweating, dandruff. So you want to make sure you have like dandruff shampoos. Another thing, you want to have more clothes than what's necessarily needed, what you think you're going to need for the week or the 2 weeks or however long you're on the road when you're doing something like flatbedding. Why? Because you're outside, you're running states like Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Texas, Tennessee, where it's going to be hot, humid, nasty, disgusting. You're going to sweat in these clothes, and then you're going to get back in the truck. What happens when you have wet clothes on skin? And you put your seatbelt on or you're moving around, the fabric is rubbing skin that is now wet. It's going to start irritating it. You're going to have all types of oils and stuff getting trapped in your hair follicles. The skin is going to start looking like patchy and weird and red and bumpy. Places where fabric definitely rubs, in between the legs, you get the fabric rubbing, you get that friction, and the skin is moist and wet, and you're going to start seeing your skin darken. You'll start seeing your skin probably tear. You'll start really weird stuff. If you've ever been, marching on Lackland or, Quantico or wherever you're at, and it's hot and it's sweaty, there's always going to be that one guy that goes to the sick call because he's found a rash and he doesn't know what the rash is. You're going to start to see a lot of that stuff, right? So what you do is you get on the truck once you've got all your securement off or on. Take the old stuff off that you just sweated in. Dry your body really quick. Put something new on. Get on down the road. But don't sit and wet, disgusting stuff for hours like I've seen drivers do. Like I have been tempted to do. Because I just want to move on, right? And like I have done, so that I could just get to the next location. That's an hour and a half, 2 hours up the road. I'm going to sweat in this stuff anyway. I'll get it to take a shower and change just to find out that they're going to keep me there for 4 hours. And by the time I get somewhere, there's no parking. So now I got to find somewhere I could just pull straight in. Because the space is too tight and I'm not doing this while I'm exhausted. Sure, you're eating and eating healthy. Healthy. Not sitting there eating all of the gas station hot dogs that you can find. Meal prep during your 34-hour reset. Get some stuff together that you like, steaks, chicken, different types of fish, tuna fish packets, right? I had a hell of a good chicken salad that I was just able to snack on with crackers on board with me, and I have some leftover stuff that my mom had actually made, and I'm gonna microwave that here shortly. I have some noodles up there that are pretty healthy. Let me see, I can stand up and grab it. Stuff like this, right? I also have this here. Also, there's a few more of these I can get rid of. I can just throw these in the refrigerator now. Joybursts, renew mind and body. I like these. These are actually good. Electrolytes, vitamins, and stuff in them. They're really flavorful. I got these, I believe, from Costco. I'm not being paid by any of these. I'm just showing you some things that I keep on board with me. I can throw this out now. Just to make sure I'm, drinking healthy too. Now, majority of my drinks on board is going to be stuff like this. Sometimes, every so often, will I have a soda. I finally got a soda today, and I've been on the road, this week. One thing, out of all the other options of what I have to drink on this truck, pure water. So I am making sure that, to the best of my ability, I'm drinking healthy and I'm starting to eat healthy. I don't know if y'all can tell, I started really taking care of myself again with the skin. That's really it. I just wanted to get that stuff off my chest, man. I wanted to make sure that you guys know, when you're out here, make sure you're well taken care of. Don't let your daily routines fall by the wayside, right? If you're not looking your best, you don't look professional, right? You have to look the part of being a professional driver. If you're not feeling your best, you're not going to be any good to you, and if you're not any good to you, you're not any good to the company. So you have to make sure you're getting adequate rest, and you have to make sure you're getting adequate nutrition, because if you're out there and you're trying to lift that tarp and you don't have the energy to lift the tarp and the sun's beating down on you, you could very well end up passing out. If you're not staying fully hydrated, you have a freaking heat stroke out there. You could get to the point where you're so delirious from lack of sleep and lack of nutrition that you start making horrendous decisions out here. Seen that happen too. So this is it. That's the end of my rant. You've ridden with Steelhorse once more. I hope all of you have a amazing and a blessed rest of your evening. I know typically I don't put up 2 videos, but you got 2 this week. 2. Next week I will probably be very, very limited. I may throw some things up, maybe throw some shorts up, but I have some things that I have to deal with on a personal level next week. So I wanted to put 2 out this week. I could save this to do for next week, but it won't be March anymore next week, and this was the perfect time to do it since it was on my mind. Again, ridden with Steelhorse. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your evening. God bless.